Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video we will be talking about how to identify the newly added country to Geoguessr. Oman. Oman is situated in the Arabian Peninsula, south of the UAE and Saudi Arabia. Oman uses right-hand driving, and its internet domain is .om. However, it is not very common to see it. Speaking of things that aren't too common to see, we have Omanian flag, which features a horizontal tricolor of white, red and green with a vertical red stripe on the left that contains the national emblem of Oman, the Kanyar and two swords. Most of Oman consists of a desertic landscape with very few vegetation. The middle and southern half of the country is mostly flat, whilst more northern parts often feature dry mountains similar to those found in the UAE. Additionally, all the coverage in Oman was taken with a white pickup truck, similar to the one found in Kazakhstan, meaning you will either see most of the car or a large front blur. Due to their geographical position in the Arabian Peninsula, Oman's official language is Arabic. Nevertheless, directional signs, which typically come in blue with white text, also feature English text. Oman typically features yellow outer lines, with white middle lines, and the curbs tend to have a black and a yellow alternating pattern. In addition, depending on the type of car, they can have one of two license plates. The yellow ones mean that the car is a private car, whilst a red one indicates a non-private car. Just like in the UAE, Oman buildings are typically made of a light-colored stone, and they are usually surrounded by a matching fence, which often has an even more ornate gate. As previously mentioned, Oman features blue directional signs with white text featuring Arabic and English text. And their signs also have an alternating pattern of black and white stripes. Omanian chevrons are also quite easy to remember, as these consist mainly of a yellow background and an abnormal amount of black arrows, which can be easy to spot. In addition to this, it is also very common to see black or gray trash bins in more urban areas, which often feature a three-leaf logo on the front and the text B, bellowing it. This can also help you differentiate Oman from the UAE, as the ones in the Emirates have two ES, rather than the singular one featured in the Oman bins. Now that we have covered how to identify the country as well as some differences from fellow Arab countries, let's talk about more region-specific tips. Starting on the north, we can see that the coast with the Indian Ocean is made up of a dry, mountainous landscape. However, you might also find this landscape on the southwestern coast, so be careful with that. Apart from this, you might also find some meandering hills, especially around the city of Salalah, and the area also typically features a rocky ground with some bushes and small trees. However, the actual city of Salalah is located in a flat coastal plain, meaning that you will find these mountains to the north. However, you need to be careful not to confuse these mountains with the ones found north of Nizwa, as they both look pretty similar from a far distance. Nevertheless, the ones in Nizwa tend to have an unusually large amount of green bushes. Also, these mountains also tend to be more rocky and jagged, so you shouldn't really have a problem differentiating them. If you dine this unique landscape, with this orange-like sand, and small yellowish shrubs, you are likely to be south of Bidaya. Another location in which it isn't too uncommon to get around on is the island Osmasira, which will mainly have an overall dry and somewhat hilly landscape with a grayish soil. The main road of this whole island is Road 51, which is also somewhat recognizable, as it is mainly composed of a single white center line, as well as some yellow sidelines. However, these will be erased most of the time. Lastly, if you ever come across palm trees such as the ones you see right now, you will be on the northern coast of the country. Apart from the various landscapes, Oman also has various ways to differentiate more urban rounds. The easiest one to spot and differentiate are the Omanian trash bins. As previously mentioned, Omanian trash bins can either be gray or black, with three leaves on the front and the text B. However, within these trash bins there is also a way to differentiate which region of Oman you are in. Starting with the black ones, we can see that they often have a small sticker on the front, and this will be able to tell us where we are. Firstly, if you see a black bin with a black sticker, then you still be either on one of three places: Muscat, Al Barimi, or Ash Sharqiya North. And if instead of a black one you find a white sticker, then you are most likely going to be on Ad Dakhliya, southern Dhofar, or near Muscat. And now you may be asking yourselves, and what if there's no sticker on the bin? Well, in that case you will be in Al Batana South Governorate, or near Al Kabura. However, you must be very careful when guessing these places, as the sticker can often be misleading, and in some cases appear to be invisible. One of the most possible causes for this is if the sticker isn't on the front, but rather on the side of the bin. If it here, Regardless of the color, you will be in the northern coast of the country. The last type of black bin that you might find is the one you can see right now. As you can see, it's pretty much the same as the normal black bin. However, the main difference in this one is its visibly smaller size, making them unique to northern Oman, more specifically in the city of Muscat or in the Al Batana North Governorate. The other type of bin you might find is the gray one, and just like the black one, the main way to differentiate these apart are thanks to the stickers on it. If you come across a black sticker on these bins, you will most likely be in the Ad Dahira Governorate, and on the other hand, if they have a white sticker, you will be in the Al Dahira Governorate, and in some occasions you might also be in the Dhofar Governorate. Just like in the black bins, the gray ones may lack stickers, and if you do come across these types of bins, then you will be in the Al Batana North Governorate. However, they may also possess a special type of sticker. This sticker is shaped like a chevron with a white background and red arrows, and you might also find these stickers on the black bins. If you do come across them, you will be in Muscat 100% of the time. The last tips for the bins is that if you ever come across a sticker that you can actually read, then you will be able to guess exactly where you are. This is because the sticker on the bins normally have the area codes in them. The first 2 digits are the region in which the bin is located, whilst the following 2 are the area where they are, meaning that is, for example, you see a bin that says 09 to 47 and you will be in the Muscat Governorate, and the 47 mean that you will be south of the capital city. Now that we have covered the meta for more urban areas, let's cover the more rural ones. The main metaphor here is to look at the Google car. For this there are 2 types of metas, the front antenna of the car, or the wire present on the back of the car. Starting with the antenna, there are 4 main types of antennas. The most common across the whole country is the antenna that is bent to the right, as it can be mostly found in the whole southern part of the country as well as a few places on the north, mainly northeast of El Ain, west of Al Suwaik, and around Bayadaya, whilst the rest of the north is mostly covered by the backwards facing antenna. In this case, the antenna will be facing the camera of the car. If you do get this antenna, then you can only be in the northern part of the country. If you ever come across an antenna that is pointing upwards, then you will most likely be west of Muscat. And lastly, if you find an antenna that is pointing forwards, then you will be in Muscat. Moving on to the wire meta, you will first need to know that this meta is exclusive to the backwards facing antenna that we have previously discussed. The wires presented here can help you narrow down your guesses even more. This is because certain areas have specific wires and they are unique to some areas, so let's get right into learning these wires. Firstly, if you see that there are no wires present in the car, then you will mainly be in the northwest of the country, so keep that in mind. If you come across a wire that loops around the bar, then you will most likely be in Al Suwaik. Another wire that you might come across is when it follows the bar. If you do see it, then you will be in the western part of the coverage by this antenna. And lastly, if you see a small loping wire in front of the bar, then you will most likely be on the eastern parts. One thing to keep in mind though, is that there is one exception to this meta. This is because regardless of the type of antenna, if you ever see a wire like this one, with 2 zip ties, then you will be on the southern part of the country, more specifically on most part of the 39 and some southern parts of the 43. And with that, the video comes to an end. I hope you all enjoyed it and that you managed to learn a thing or two. If it did end up being helpful, do make sure to like the video and subscribe. See you on the next one.